Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Lunchpail Hour podcast. As always, I am joined by my two good friends, Chris Rayner
Hi.
and Ryan Kubinski.
How do it do?
Seth, restart that.
Okay.
Restart what? What are we filming something? Like,
Yeah, wait, what?
Oh,
Okay.
leave this in, no balls. Chris, I believe you have a special guest for us today.
I think we all have a special guest. An absolute treat. Coming in at 6'2", 215 pounds, known as Willixlow or Bolski. One of the world's greatest dad bods, Sethaniel Olski. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for coming on. Could you
Thank
tell
you.
the audience a little about yourself?
I am a football player. I'm a casual gamer, aka Destiny. I'm a Star Wars geek. Anyone see that Clone Wars? Oh wait,
Yes, sir.
anyone see that Clone Wars?
What?
I'm a hunter main, Ripcade 6, and I'm known for being chill.
who's Cade 6? Kidding.
Seth, can you throw away the piece of paper in front of you just read that off of?
I didn't read that off.
I'm kidding.
I got that in my mind.
Okay, then can you throw that into the
He
recycle bin
memorized
of
our
mine?
script. Wait.
He memorized
what
the
script?
Stranger of
No,
Events.
we don't have a script.
No.
What do you mean?
You're telling me this is all scripted? I don't see any scripts. What kind of scripts are we reading off of? Or are we the scripts ourselves?
Well, something the audience may not or may know that Seth has been in most of our videos on the channel. You may see his
I'm
tag
that
as
one
well.
German. I'm that one German guy screaming.
Yeah, that part was Tech W, dude.
The video sad, isn't it? He came in 999, dude.
999
All in laughing.
Flashfin.
All in
Yep,
laughing.
that's me.
But something besides that, something people may not know about Seth, I guess related to Destiny 2, is that technically me and Seth met in middle school, but we didn't truly meet until we actually started playing Destiny or PlayStation together, which was just we played Destiny together.
And quick shout out to Adam Lollipop for essentially, well, I remember this is how it started out. Me and Adam were in a party, and I remember Rainwad joins. I'm like, who is this kid? And to think that we would become friends over like, how many years was that? Like
This was
5 or
like
6.
5 or 6 years ago at this point.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I will add at the time, this is just context for like other stuff we're going to talk about. Then Seth wouldn't talk ever. Any situation. It might have just been around me. Maybe he just didn't like me.
No.
He just, like, we had to ask him. We're like, Seth, you're too quiet. You got to talk, man. Talk up. Speak up.
If there's a way to define me from middle school, that would be me. Just don't say anything.
And the Celtics, like, zip-up shirt or sweatshirt.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That
You'd
was
always wear
iconic.
the same. You'd always wear the same sweatshirt every day. You're
Cop
Boston.
the little
Hey,
Seth
I'm
fit.
proud of that. I'm proud of that.
It's
Actually,
iconic though, yeah.
Yo, honestly though, shy
They do.
people get a bad rap though. Like honestly, like you just be chilling, and people are
Mhm.
like, "Why don't you talk more? Why don't why don't you speak up?" And you're just like, you can't say anything now because like you've already been branded as the shy person. So now you're like you're relegated to the role, and so it's like sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy in that sort of way. Shout out to all my shy brothers and sisters out there.
What are you, a shy person? Are you some introvert or something? What do you want about?
I took the test. It said I was by 1 point
I
introvert.
took the
Please don't.
BuzzFeed quiz,
I was about to
guys.
say that.
Yeah.
Sounds like racial profiling to me.
Yeah. Like the green and purple gang war in GTA right now.
Yes,
Dude,
dude. Go Green
Division.
Gang.
That stuff is so stupid. Ryan, or could someone give some backstory on that, on just what it is?
Well, I mean, it mostly just popped up because of like Instagram memes, but from what it looks like, I mean, I haven't been in GTA, I haven't been in the gang war myself, so I'm not guilty of anything, trust me. But I have seen on Instagram what it is these two rival gangs, and these gangs represent themselves by putting on alien costumes, and one team is green, one team is purple, and from what it looks like, green has the numbers and
Yes.
purple gets nay on quite more frequently than the green gang, but also the green gang seems to be much more sort of wild in there.
And just to build off of that, do you guys want to guess how much those alien suits cost? Like how much it costs to be like one with the gang?
How much?
350,000. Just throwing that out there.
No,
Might be right.
actually, you were close, but because but $385,000.
Yeah. In
Jesus.
GTA, if you're not like an active player, you don't like grind some stuff out. Like that's a pretty penny. That'll cost you an
Yeah,
arm and a leg.
I mean that's practically four sourced cars, but yeah.
And I guess I'll also add, yes, I'm gang affiliated. Fuck Purple Gang. All my homies love Green Gang.
I can think about is when you say that is purple guy.
Wait, the bite of
What?
87?
Was that the bite of Ace?
Is that the bite of 87?
Dude, FNAF was a whole nother world when that came out. I remember I would be playing
Yeah.
like mobile
No, 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 no.
FNAF on the bus. I'd be into it, dude. I'd be like,
I
oh
was
my
the
god,
champion of
Scott
FNAF.
Scott Cawthon announced FNAF 3. They made another one, and I would go on YouTube and I would like watch all the I would watch the what were those called, the game theories videos.
Yeah,
It's only
those
been 2 months since the last game. What?
those were the absolute shit. I remember, I think it was sixth grade. Like when FNAF blew up. I'm like, what is this? This is so weird. And I remember I was talking to Ryan G, if you guys know who that is. Um, I think it was I was talking to him or someone. I was talking about it. I'm like, wait, they made a second one because I just found out about the first one. So I
Mhm.
was like, what? I was like, what? You know?
All I remember is in the back of the bus. I would just play that game, and dude, I was baller at that game. I was like the champion, like in the back of the bus, because I remember like the kids in the back of our bus always used to like see who could get the farthest by the time we got to school. I'm not gonna
Okay,
brag or anything. I was kind of a gamer.
okay, but could you make it through the whole night in FNAF 2 on the 2020 mode? Is that what that was called? Or was it 2020, or was it 420? I don't. You guys remember that? Like where all the
Sorry,
like the
bro.
difficulty ratings are like
I'm not a loser FNAF
dude, I
virgin.
swear, I
I
swear,
know
I
what you're
haven't played
talking
it in
about. I
years.
just don't remember what it was called, but it was
You
something
could
with
turn up
like
and down all the character difficulties.
I remember there's the box you have to wind up for the puppet guy.
Yes.
marionette thing.
Yeah, the puppeteer.
Yeah, though it really fell off after the second
Any
game though.
puppets in the chat?
I disagree. I'd say it probably peaked around like the fourth game.
Really?
I mean, that's. I
Didn't they
mean,
make like a fifth one, like sister location?
dude.
Yeah.
So from what I can think of off the top of my head after watching all the Map Pack game theories on YouTube, is I think they made. Well, there's also spin-offs, but like main series games, there's like I want to say like six, and they're making more that's coming out this year, like a whole other like arc
They're making
series.
they're making more Five Nights at Freddy's
Make that
games.
one.
Yes, but they're like it's like 80s themed, like 80s rock themed.
Uh,
Didn't make
So
like
like
a RPG or something out of it that was like for children.
dude, Scott Cawthon's got to have like a whole like developing studio at this point. Like, god dang, he's pumping out more than like Bungie is. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy.
Now Scott Cawthon, he started about making games like about like the Bible and stuff, and he made the 3D models so creepy looking. and he was about to quit, but instead of quitting, he turned those creepy Catholic Bible 3D models into Freddy Fazbear. So don't give up on your dreams, children.
Hey man, you trying to incite a religious war? You dissing Catholics out here? You good,
Well,
bro?
I mean, no,
You good, bro?
no,
You
no,
better check
everything is fine.
yourself before you say something you regret.
Wait, you're Catholic, bro? Nah, man. All the homies Lutheran.
Nah, homie. All my homies Greek Orthodox.
Ew.
Speaking of Greek Orthodox, what are some embarrassing public moments you guys have had? Now,
Good question. Good question.
this could relate to you're a little kid, you're out with your mom at the grocery store, you're out to Pick and Save, you're out at Kohl's, Kohl's buying some school clothes. Maybe you're on a hot date, wooga, anything of the sorts.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
a good question to think about. Because do we wanna say something that'll be too boring, or do we wanna say something that will eventually look back on and realize we probably shouldn't have said that because there might be some legal implications.
I guess I can go first. This is a pretty embarrassing story, but I don't really. I think it's more funny than embarrassing. I guess. Um, One time, me and my friends, a couple of my friends, we went to go see the movie Wonder Woman. The hit DC movie. After the movie, we were all exiting the theater. My friend was talking to me. We were joking around. I don't remember where, but we were gonna go use the bathroom. But me and my friend were talking. He was distracting me. Accidentally walked into the ladies' bathroom, and I was in like 8th grade at the time. It was great. And I walked in. I saw this old grandma at the sink, and I was like, so then I like immediately just run out. And then the grandma walks out and says, "Oh, honey, don't worry, it's fine." Like she was really nice, but I was still like, "Bruh." And my friends are just like standing there watching me come out of the ladies' bathroom at the AMC theater. It was quite the embarrassing moment. It was quite the bro moment.
Oh man, that's pretty funny because I just rewatched uh Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days a week ago, and there's in that movie there's a scene where Greg gets stuck in the ladies' room and he
Yo.
proceeds to get banished to uh the 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 boomer fight club. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, so I can go next. An embarrassing story I have. I like Connor's. I wouldn't say that embarrassing, but more funny per se. But it was at a water park, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad.
You peed in the lazy river, didn't
No, no, close, but no.
you? Oh,
So I run to the bathroom. Might I mind, kids, you shouldn't run to the bathroom. I like ran past a little kids section. There was this kid who I would say probably not that much younger than me, probably like 2 or 3 years younger than me, holding an ice slushy. And I think you guys can guess what happens, but I absolutely drill him. His slushy goes everywhere in the pool. And like I just like ran past, like I didn't like do it anything else. I was I literally, knowing me because I was my middle school self, I just said sorry and just ran off.
that
Absolute
is,
Chad.
dude. That kid must have been so sad.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't
Well,
fucking, dude. That suck.
I mean
Lose your
like
slushy.
they were
Yeah.
only like $1.50 or something.
But imagine
So,
you
like
get
Yeah.
it
like
wasn't
just
that
freaking
bad.
like dump truck, dude. You get like
dump
pushed to the
truck guy
ground.
just like
Your slushy is
Yeah,
just gone.
you get
It's
Oryx,
obliterated,
you get Oryx slammed to the side, and your slushy
dude.
gets
yeah,
everywhere.
some
Dude,
fucking some 6 foot 6 foot tall 7-year-old just bodies you to the ground.
Dude, and you
yeah,
look up,
you
and
never
he's just
run.
running away, dude.
At,
Like, no remorse. Just he just keeps running, dude. Like if I was that kid,
And
I'd be getting like revenge by now or something.
and I shouldn't say I was running. I was like speed walking. You ever see Megamind? He speed walks around the statue thing. And that was
How
me.
did how did you, Seth? How strong are you? How did you body that kid if you're speed
I mean,
walking? With
like
super mutant?
generally, I mean the kid was kind of small, So like I kind of just like barreled him. But
You
dude,
barreled him.
Hashtag massive 6 foot, 180 pounds, a 7-year-old.
Dad
Dad bod.
OV. Have an
I mean,
ice
hey,
slushy. You're at the
maybe that's why I'm
pool.
a football player.
And Chonker
That
running
does-
towards you.
6 foot tall torso, 1 foot long baby legs.
Dude, motherfuckers looking like Michael Phelps, dude.
Dude, yeah, you never run. You never run at the water park. It always ends badly. I remember, one time I was on the play set next to the pool, the playground, excuse me, and I was goofing around. I was doing some shenanigans, and I started running, and my feet were wet, and I slipped and fell. My head fell. My head fell on this like incline, and it was like somewhat, there were like holes in it, and my head fell on that, and I just started walking away after that towards the pool, and all these adults just started staring at me in horror because I just hit my head and I started bleeding, and then my mom sees me and she's like, "Oh, honey," and then I had to get stitches, and then everyone was like, "Jesus Christ, what happened?" I'm like, "I fell. I ran in the water
dude,
park."
If something
No.
like that happens, dude, you gotta like make up some shit of like, dude, I was out in the fucking wilderness,
Yeah.
man. Some fucking coyote just jumped on me, dude.
You gotta
I
see
just
the
pull
other
out my
guy.
knife,
Yeah,
like,
dude, some hodag came out of nowhere and just started fighting me, dude. I had to fend it off.
Oh, Chris, you got any stories for us?
Yeah, actually, okay, I got two I just thought of. Well, one's related to what Ryan said, or what I said about Ryan's, like, make it up. So I think last summer we got these little, like, electric bikes. They didn't go that fast, just, like, driving around the neighborhood because they're funny. They just a little tiny mini bike. And me and my, oh, God, how old is he? Like, 12-year-old cousin were racing around, because they also got ones, like we were just racing each other around their house. So it's like a dirt track circuit we made. And they have a black, slick driveway. So I'm taking the turn on this little bike that's like 80 pounds probably. Probably not that much, but I take this turn a little too tight. I just slide down the driveway with my knee just dragging along with it. So
God.
I had a fucked up, scarred up knee for like months. And anytime anyone asked, they're like, "Oh my God, what happened to your leg?" I'd be like, "Man, I was in a really bad motorcycle accident." You guys are supposed to laugh at that.
Oh.
Cue laughing noise.
I'll re-say it. I'll be honest, that bit will actually be funny if you guys laugh, but don't force a laugh.
Okay.
Never mind, it's too late. I'll keep this in.
All right.
And then the embarrassing story, I remember this because Ryan was talking about the water park. Because, every year or two, we just go to the water park, like, over the weekend for, like, 3 days. Just, it's fun with the family. I remember it was this one trip 3 times in the same day. I was, like, talking and walking or just not paying attention to where I was going. Like, I kid you not. Like, this is absolutely accidental. 3 different times where I'd just I'd run into the backside of some girl and accidentally, touched her
How old
butt.
were you?
Rip.
You touched the mouse pad, huh?
How old were you?
This was like yesterday? Or no, I don't remember. We just got back. No, I'm kidding. I was like 11 or 12. Obviously, I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God, no, don't want her to think I did anything weird on purpose. Remember one of the times my dad saw me, he's like, "Are you doing that on purpose?" I'm like, no, I'm not trying to do this on purpose, Dad.
Little Chris turns around. Oh, shoot! What am I gonna do now? He's got his eyes on me. I can't do it without him seeing.
He has like a targeting system, like the Iron Man
Like,
visor,
yeah,
just trying
yeah.
to like.
Autopilot
Perfect,
walking
yep.
into women.
Just a faint slap noise. Mr. Rayner just turns around. What are you doing?
And similar to Seth, like I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I just kept walking. I just didn't turn back. Seeing this just like chubby loaf guy Like I had like a bowl cut at the time, just like waddling away.
God, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I remember you brought up how that happened 3 times in one day, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in, I'd say, was it 7th grade maybe? I don't know. Um, me and some friends decided to have like this little Nerf war at one of my friends' houses. So we had this like the small sort of scrimmage. It wasn't a big Nerf war. You know, there probably could have been a bigger Nerf war, but you know, we only had like, you know, like 4 people, maybe
You
5.
know, only
And
14 casualties and 15
yeah,
fatalities. Nothing serious.
nothing too bad, you know. But and then so one time, and I remember, we were pretty bored after the whole thing, um, and so we're just like, what do we do now? I'm like, we got a trampoline at my house. That's literally all I said. And keep in mind, it's not one of those outdoor trampolines. It's an indoor. It's an inside like small, tiny like kid trampolines. So I don't know why I said that, but we're all like, yeah, let's go to his house. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I call my dad. He picks us up. He drives us to my house. We go into the basement, and they're like, "This is the trampoline." I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "Okay, let's go back." So we end up going back, and so we get back to my buddy's house, and we're like, "Okay, what do we do now?" And we're like, we sort of just like screw around for a while, not really sure what to do. And they're like, "What should we do?" And he's like, "You know, let's go back to your house." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." And then so I call my dad again. My dad has to drive all the way back, and my dad's like, were you going back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." And we go to my house, and then we end up going back to my friend's house.
Dude,
And when I
if
have to call my dad to pick me up because we're done, I felt so bad because
I was gonna
he already had to come over like
I was
several
gonna say
times.
if you were my kid, dude, the second time you called me, I'm like, nope, you can walk or spend the night. Sorry.
Yeah, my dad was a G for that.
Or I would pretend I was like, oh no, of course it's A-okay, son. And then as soon as you got home, I just pick you up and just fucking body slam you.
Into the
I'll
table.
drive, dude.
Yeah, dude.
RKO.
I do the finisher move on you, dude.
You
You'd
do
be going
Bane's
to
ultimate from Injustice too.
you'd be going to bed early.
Dang. Just take him out.
Yeah, I remember this one time I was on one of my friends' trampoline, and you know, we were just bouncing around. One of my friends bought his younger brother. He was like, and with this kid, we started doing like fight clubs on the trampoline because that's what we did when we were on the trampoline back in freaking New Jersey. What this 7-year-old does is he decides to freaking drop kick me in the chest, dude. Dude, that hurted, dude. I swear to God. I was like, because we had just eaten like hot dogs before that, or I had. I was like, he like drop kicked me, dude. I was dying, dude. I swear.
Connor's like crying, like puking up like hot dog chunks, like mom, mom. Did you get the wind knocked out of you?
Not too far off. Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, trampoline duels. The outdoor trampoline duels be going hard, low key. Like I remember, we used to do that at one of my friends' house all the time. We would just be jumping around in the trampoline, and it would escalate to the point where we just decide to have full on like body slamming wrestling duels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like elementary school. Like it was crazy.
So this is something I've been meaning to bring up, and has been something I've definitely brought up at least one of you and other people just multiple times. So I guess first I'll give context. So I'm playing my playthrough of Persona 5, right? You know, very popular game, but everyone's heard of it, right? And you have to like answer
Wait,
these.
what? What game?
Yeah. I don't.
Persona. Oh, that's the one. That's the one with the the one where you stand or where there's stands, right?
Isn't that a DC game with like the Joker, like Society?
No. No.
My friends will never understand my true passion.
But so you're in school for parts of the most of the game or part of the game, and you just get like kind of like trivia sort of questions like up your knowledge stats if you get them right. So I always just look them up just to make sure I get it right so I can max out my points. So I just Google it, and one of the questions talks about that until colored TVs were invented, people would dream only in black and white. But once color TVs were invented, people would start to dream in color. Now, before I actually looked it up, I took that to heart. Where I'm like, guys, did you know that people dreamed in black and white? And everyone would ask, "Where'd you get the stats from?" And I'd be like, Persona.
Oh, Chris, you can't believe anything you hear on the internet.
But I can. I was looking some stuff earlier because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up in the podcast and prove myself right because I'm like fucking super science. So, though it may not be 100% true, it is true though that the percent of people that would have dreams in black and white to color are vastly different from when colored TVs came out. So if you had a colored TV, you would start
What's your
dreaming more.
source?
Source is your mom.
Okay,
let's-
thanks for tuning in to this episode of the podcast.
Oh.
Dang, dude. Well, that sort of poses a question because I mean, like, if people were to have dreamed in black and white before color was invented, I mean, TV's sort of on the way out right now. I think we can all agree. What are people gonna start dreaming and having laggy dreams and like poor frames and like is that gonna happen? Because like I feel like that could really create some really freaky fever dreams. I don't know if you guys ever had a fever dream, but I feel like that's what like a laggy dream like that'd be freaky.
I say basically like Chris in Minecraft. Literally every time he's on Minecraft, throwing that splash potion.
Dude, that's
Dude.
funny though. That's really funny. Dude,
It's
It's
not,
funny for like
though.
the
It's
first
really
2
not.
seconds, but like if
it's
you're actually
so
trying to work
funny.
on
I love
something,
doing that.
Yeah. Come on, man. Connor was just trying to make a skyblock. Man, come
I
on
was
now.
just trying to.
I guess
It's
okay,
fine,
for
man.
context. So if we're playing Minecraft, there's like these potions called lingering potions. So like if you throw it, the effect stays on the ground and it makes a bunch of particles. And if I throw a bunch on the ground near somebody, it lags their game out so they can barely move. So I just fly in the air so it doesn't lag me. But I just throw it like a.
Dude, I'm trying like to build this like skyblock island. And then my game starts absolutely dying, dude. Like I'm going at like 1 frame per 2 seconds here, man. Like
It is funny though. I mean, I don't do
Yeah.
it the whole time, but maybe I do it too often. But
Yeah, I don't do it the whole time, but the potions last the whole time. Oh yeah. God.
What were we talking about before that? I was gonna say something.
dreams.
embarrassing public moments.
Oh, dreams. Yeah. I want to go back to that. Or unless, what were you gonna say, Ryan?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
But
you don't believe me? You don't trust me?
while we were on the topic of dreams, it was just something because I've never had a fever dream, but something I reminded of that was like, you know, the dreams you have where you like something falls on you or you're falling, you like jump awake. You're like, oh, like you
Yep.
jump, you shake yourself awake.
Yep.
Since Ryan, you're talking about lagging dreams, I had a dream where I was, for some reason, I'm walking towards an escalator in a mall, okay? But I'm walking towards it on an angle, so like diagonally to it, like not like straight forward towards it. And instead of like walking towards it and then stopping on it to go down, I keep walking through the railing, like I clip through it, and then I just fall over the other end. And then when I hit the ground, I jump and wake myself up at like 3 a.m. because I clipped through an escalator in my dream.
Yeah, man. Falling dreams dude, falling in dreams always hurts, like really bad. Like just the act of falling. Like, does anybody else notice that? Like it hurts to be falling. I don't know why.
What do you mean it hurts?
At least in my dreams, whenever I start falling, not even hitting the ground, just the act of falling itself is extremely painful. I have no idea why.
I'd say
mean,
it's just
like,
like adrenaline because it's like your heart is just like it's like the feeling on a roller coaster almost, where it's just like you kind of like gasp, sort of like I don't know how to explain it.
I
Dude,
don't know.
oh
Maybe it's
God.
just extreme adrenaline. I don't know.
Oh, here's another thing. So I've listened to other podcasts. They brought it up before, obviously. They've brought it up related to dreams, or at least it's reoccurring dreams that are common with like a lot of people. It's a dream where you like your teeth are just like they're like brittle and they just fall apart in your mouth, or they just fall out. Have you guys
See,
ever had? I've never
actually.
had it.
I've had that sort of dream once,
Hmm.
but it was a while ago, and it wasn't really. I can't really decipher any meaningful uh lesson from that. Honestly, I really can't.
I mean, and from like what I've heard too, there's no like meaning behind it. Where it's like people like take their dreams as in like, dude, that gopher that started flying when I was in the basement of this one thing, like that means something, right? That means I'm gonna win $1 million.
Hey man, maybe.
Like the teeth thing, it's reoccurring with other lots of people, but that must be something to like just maybe a common fear. And as well, it is in older people. It's less likely in younger people, but I mean, hey man, I don't know. I'm
Thank
just
God I
some
only had
dude.
it once.
now that Chris has mentioned that, we're all gonna dream that tonight.
Yeah.
Flying gopher in the
Dude,
basement of
quarantine
someplace.
dreams,
Oh,
they be hitting different.
now how often would you say you guys dream?
Well,
Maybe like once or twice a week. I
yeah,
dreamed
I'd
this
say the same.
morning.
I don't know. I've dreamed the past 2 nights, and they've been kind of sketch. Not gonna lie.
What
There's some I wish I'd remember. Where it's like I would take my time and write a book on this universe.
Yeah, it might sound cringe, but I'd say like now I remember my dream every like it's really really rare, like once every like few weeks, sometimes like twice a week. But when I was younger, I used to have this dream journal. And now before I get any
Cringe.
Shark Boy and Lava
Cringe.
Girl, Shark
Shark.
Boy and Lava Girl comments this
Dude,
year,
you're
all right?
that
He
one
Let me
ruined
kid.
my
just let me
dream
just let me just
journal!
let me just explain.
Mr.
Let me
Garrison,
let me just
send him
walk
to
you
the
through.
principal office and have him expelled!
Oh no. No, but like it's surprising how much that and like a few other small things help you with remembering your dreams, and then eventually you become a master of your own dreams and you begin to lucid dream whenever you want. And it's the coolest feeling because you go to bed, you know, you wake up and you're in a dream, you're like, "Hold up." And then you can have full control over inside your dreams and you can just start flying
See,
everywhere.
I don't know if I would like that.
But wasn't that one kid in Shark Boy and Lava Girl named Minus?
Linus, I think.
Linus Tech Tips?
Oh, but I thought it was Minus.
No, I think his supervillain dream name was Minus. I think maybe I'm not sure.
Dude,
That makes sense. I
being
mean,
named
I
after subtraction.
haven't seen that in years, bro. But honestly,
Trading
I
leg.
I only dream once every month, I'd say, and that's when it's like the crazy ass story where it's like, whoa, dude, I can make a story on this. And with the lucid dream thing, I do this. People say they have trouble sleeping. I'd say I'm a pretty good sleeper, where I've just somewhat trained my brain. So like once my eyes are closed, and my head's on the pillow, like I don't think like, oh, I got to go to sleep. Like I just like fall into a trance. And sometimes like, I can definitely know where it's like, oh, I'm about to fall asleep. Like, I can start dreaming something. And I start thinking of something, and then that like kick starts my dream, and then I kind of lose control of it. I don't know if it's just me dreaming that
That's,
I'm dreaming that power, or if it's just like I actually have that
I
power.
mean that. I mean that's literally Chris at any sleepover he's been to of mine.
What are you talking about?
Dude, I remember. Okay, so like a little context. This is in the summer of last year,
Uh huh.
and I remember like so I have a brother, and Chris was laying on that bed, and I was laying on the other one. Or wait, no, actually, you were on the couch somewhere, and
Yeah, it was on the
we were like
couch.
both on our phones, and like we were actually like I think we're having like a conversation, and then
Yeah,
like
we were
two
like,
seconds later, I just look over, and you're keeled over on the side.
Chris dies.
Yeah.
Chris fucking dies. The movie. Also, I'm assuming you guys have heard of the stuff where like soldiers and shit, where they do the thing where they relax every muscle in their body and they can have themselves fall asleep within minutes.
Yeah.
Which I've always wanted to try that, but like that obviously would take practice and like real dedication. You
Yeah.
know that. But yeah.
Yeah, man, sleepovers. Dang, dude. Childhood sleepovers be going hard. I remember one time I woke up in the middle of the night, and I woke up to my friend, trying to murder me with a lightsaber, with a toy lightsaber he found. And I was totally disoriented. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, everybody else was just watching. Like, God, dude,
A minute. Who are you?
really? It was like,
Speaking of disoriented, this is actually kind of funny. It's kind of mean. I felt really bad after I realized it. Once my grandma had to wake me up. Okay, and I don't know. I was just so tired. I just woke up and I just started swearing like a fucking sailor at her because I was just like not awake, just like oh, fucking shut the fucking stupid bitch. And she's like, "Oh my god!" And I didn't realize, and later I'm like, "Oh my god, what did I just say to my grandmother?" So I like went to apologize and shit, dude. Like felt so bad.
Dude, I
dang,
had
bro.
kind of a freaky dream this morning where I was just making custard. That's it. That was the dream. And I was like,
At
does this mean
Culver's.
any? Yeah,
Oh
I was
God,
like,
it's followed you
this.
back home.
Yeah, I was like, does this mean anything or like? Because that was just it. Like nothing like bizarre happened. Like that was it. And I was like, bruh.
What do you mean you're making custard? Are you in like the void, like a non-existing plane of existence?
Oh, like
Like
I'm in the.
are you on a y, an x, y, and z like axis graph? You're just
Dude, it's
making
just like
custard.
a normal restaurant where I'm just like making. It's so weird. It was like completely like normal. Like any other like day, I would have gone in like to work, but like just just that. What does it mean?
See,
Does any
thank
of
God
this
that
mean?
wasn't a fever dream. Imagine what kind of damage that would have done to you if it were a fever
God,
dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know,
thing shouldn't be thought about.
yeah, I know Chris said he hasn't had any, but have you guys ever had a fever dream?
Define fever dream.
When you have a fever and your temperature is up, which causes your dreams to be extremely vivid and what's the word? Sort of like
Hal-
dreadful.
Like, or would you say like hallucinative as well? Like it's kind of like a weird
Yeah.
like panic state.
Yeah, I'd say that's what it's like. I've had it multiple times. I don't know if you guys have, but like,
I've might have had one or two before, but like I can't recall them.
Made a couple fever dream houses in Minecraft. So,
that's true.
or no, Ryan has experienced this firsthand. I'll just make a house that looks completely normal on like the outside, like monster house, and then like you go in, you look at the rooms, dude. I make some freaky shit.
Okay, so kind of like going back to like the whole sleepover thing. What was the latest you guys have stayed up at a sleepover?
It's a fucking 24 hours. When I'd go over to my
Really?
cousins, like we're little kids, it'd be like because we'd go over to their house, like all the families there for holidays, and it'd always be like, "Mom and Dad, please, 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 let me spend the night." Or like my cousin would ask his or my aunt, and then I'd ask my dad, I'd be like, "Please, can we spend the night?" And it'd always be like, "Okay, you can spend the night for like 2 nights." And I'd be like, "Dad, please, can I stay 5 more?" It's like, no. But no, it'd always be like, "Okay, Alex, we gotta stay up as late as we can." You know, we're like 7, and that's like the coolest thing to do ever.
Yeah, I mean, like one time we had like a band, we had a lock-in at the school,
Uh,
and so yeah, you stay in the school like overnight, and there's like like pizza and like soda, and they put like a bounce
And hot
castle in the
sauce.
gym. Plenty of hot sauce to go around, dude. Like you're like when you're leaving the school at like 6 o'clock in the morning, they're like giving you a bottle of hot sauce as you walk out. Like,
And you're like, Valentina, Hasa.
that's like it's not really a sleepover per se because we didn't. But like that's still like the latest I've stayed up is like 24 hours. I stayed up. So
Something I wanted to bring up earlier, but I forgot since we were talking about the dreams and stuff and sleeping.
Mhm.
I woke up at 3 in the afternoon yesterday, which I don't know why. I didn't go to bed that late, and I haven't gone to bed since then, guys. I stayed up all night.
You being serious?
Yes, I'm being serious. That's why I don't want to say it
Oh
earlier. I
my
want to save
God.
it for, yeah.
Okay, so when's the last time
Bruh.
you slept?
3 p.m. yesterday, so it's gonna be 24 hours and
Are
4
you
hours.
even alive at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
I
what
made myself a monster bomb breakfast and I had a little coffee.
Hey man, you missed your Zoom calls though.
Yes.
Thanks for the great stories, guys. But that's just about all the time we have left here. If you have a question for next week's podcast, then you can DM Lunchpail Kids Instagram account. The link will be in the description. Just shoot us a message and we'll answer it on the next podcast. If you guys want to plug your personals real quick.
You can find me, Chris Rayner, at Rainwa_4 on Instagram.
okay. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Setholski.
And you can find me at Ryan_Kabinski_9755 if you want. I mean, I don't really got any posts. So like you can't put
Well,
your fingers on the like button.
You posted that one photo on Instagram. And you had your honkers out.
My Instagram is at Connor Curcio, my personal. And Seth, thanks for being on, man. We really love having you.
No, thank you guys for inviting
And
me.
the good news is Seth is going to be a recurring guest on this podcast. And so if you love seeing him, you're going to be able to see him again. This is the Lunch Pail Hour signing out.
Bye.
Alright,
What hot sauce?